2, 3. Hey guys! Nope. When it's my turn, I can never perform.
Hey guys!
Welcome to the Honesty Issue. I'm Katie.
And I'm Sky.
And today we're going to talk about schizophrenia.
So schizophrenia is not something that either of us deal with. Nope. So we are just totally going off of research.
Yep.
And if we are wrong about something,
please correct us.
Deeply apologize.
Yeah.
Please correct us. We just thought it was important to branch out to, not just our, crazy experiences.
Yeah, we're not selfish.
Okay, so what is schizophrenia? It's not being crazy, and it's not, talking to people that aren't there, all the time. Mostly what schizophrenia is, from my understanding, it is having trouble distinguishing what's real and what's imaginary, and having a hard time perceiving and expressing normal emotions to people.
So the causes for schizophrenia are unknown. What we do know is that it deals with your brain chemistry.
It's a lack, for most mental illnesses like depression, you're missing serotonin, so you take medicine that gives you serotonin.
It balances everything out.
For schizophrenia, it's serotonin and dopamine. So there are ways to be medicated which would just balance out the brain chemistry. It's nothing that you're doing wrong, and it doesn't develop like after a traumatic experience. Usually it's genetics as well as just brain chemistry.
You'll find that most mental health disorders are genetic. A lot of people in my family have bipolar disorder and depression, anxiety. So most things with mental health, especially when it deals with your brain chemistry, are genetic. So schizophrenia is no exception to that. That
can be a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, it's hard to have those kinds of genes in your family, but on the other side, then you have people that understand.
If you know that someone in your family has schizophrenia, I think it's important that when you go to your doctor to tell them that, especially because schizophrenia won't start showing symptoms until
13 to 25.
So later in your life.
There are different types of schizophrenia. I know that there was at least 2, but there was more. There's paranoid schizophrenia, disorganized schizophrenia, catatonic residual schizophrenia, and I think it's schizoaffective disorder. I don't even think I pronounced that right. But they all differ with different symptoms. All deal with different extremes of schizophrenia.
I'd say the most common one that you are more likely to see in television and movies and hear about on the news more often is paranoid schizophrenia. That's definitely the only one that I've ever heard of. Is paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah. So catatonic schizophrenic is going to have very different issues than a paranoid schizophrenic. When you're catatonic, you are closed in, you're reserved, you kind of withdraw from society. And then a paranoid schizophrenic is going to worry more about what's happening in the world and around them, always kind of living in fear and worry.
So schizophrenia recovery is kind of no different than any other.
It's a little harder.
It's harder because it's
a lot harder.
When you are dealing with depression or anxiety, you don't necessarily have to be on medicine forever, and it can go away with time. Schizophrenia is not one of those things, but medication can help, group therapy can help.
I think it depends on the severity of it as well.
That's true.
Because I do know of people that deal with schizophrenia and still move on with their everyday lives. The girl that is in the pharmacy right before me, she has schizophrenia medicine, and she's just going about her day fine. So, I mean, it can be in lesser forms, but I guess in extremes, hospitalization, rehabilitation, which is never fun. Hopefully they find cures for it later on in life.
Misconceptions with schizophrenia.
Yes, it has.
They're not crazy.
They're not crazy. Most schizophrenics are not violent, and I've noticed that a lot of the time whenever there's gun violence and mental illness is involved, it's typically schizophrenia that they bring up, and schizophrenics aren't usually violent. They're just concerned about what's going on up here.
And most schizophrenics know that if they struggle with hallucinations, they know that they're having hallucinations.
Yes,
they're aware that it's not everyone can see what they're seeing.
Yeah. Symptoms of schizophrenia include delusions, hallucinations, disordered thoughts, struggling to socialize, and paranoia. Schizophrenia is also not to be confused with split personality or
borderline personality, bipolar disorder. Those all kind of get jumbled together.
They call split personality like multi-personality disorder now. People don't just turn into whatever hallucination they have, or they don't have, you know, oh, I'm fine.
They don't become a different person.
Yeah, they don't. That's not the same thing. So be clear when you're talking about schizophrenia, what kind, and
again, we don't have schizophrenia, so we're just purely going off of research. So if you have schizophrenia and we have offended you in any way, we apologize. Please correct us and we will correct it in a video.
I tried to do my research.
She did. I didn't do any. I'm just going off of what Skylar said. But we love you guys and we're trying to understand everyone.
I feel so like usually we do videos, hey, I've been through this.
Yeah, we're gonna eventually, we're starting to go into things that we don't struggle with, so be patient with us, and if you have personal stories with something we haven't talked about yet, please email us and like let us know about your life. If you guys want to get a hold of us to talk to us, if you have questions, comments, concerns, any of those things, you guys can tweet us, comment on YouTube, email us. We also have Tumblr, and all of those social media links, addresses are in the description box below. Again, we have merch.
Buy it.
Go buy it.
Let's crush the stigma together, man.
Yeah, and we love you guys. The next video you guys will see, we will be with a special guest.
Yeah.
So,
in a special place.
Yeah. So, we will see you guys next time. Ready?
Love you.
1, 2, 3. I'm like freaking out. Oh my God. I'm just here like, in the fingernails.
I regret my existence.